Morning, Creek Nations. Coach Abel coming to you from school this morning, trying to get this film for you guys so I can get out all this information. So let's roll. All right, weekend wrap up. Great game this weekend. Obviously, it's better when we come out with a victory. Lots of things to clean up and correct. We love the energy and the passion the guys played with this week. But we definitely have a big week in front of us with guys, going down to injury. There's some guys quarantined, because they're close contacts and what have you. It truly is a next man up kind of mentality. So, if you're the parent of a player that isn't getting the time that they think they deserve, they need to speak with their coaches, but they need to be prepared as well because their time is coming. We normally have a dress list of 65. We took 61 with us to Butler. And this week it looks like it's going to be a little bit smaller as well, again, just because of some injuries and what have you that just come with the game. Okay, but again, great week. 20 to 10 is a good. That anytime you can beat a team and you're down 10-7 at some point, it's always great. Okay. All right, schedule for this week is normal. Another one of our second normal weeks in a row. We play Froshmore today, and not JV. The JV stuff comes next week. So we'll, more on that later on, right? But this week we've got Froshmore on Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday are normal. Thursday is a normal day. The only guys that need to be there Thursday would be the varsity guys. Friday we were at Central at 7:30, and then Saturday we have our morning after games / JV practice. Now, because all freshmen dress for JV, then that means all freshmen need to be there. And we had several young men miss Saturday, which means they will be missing some time in today's game. You miss practice, you miss some playing time. So we'll have some suspensions today, especially for those guys that did not communicate ahead of time the fact that they were going to miss for whatever reason. Okay, but keep in mind that Saturdays are for freshmen as well. Everybody comes in on Saturdays. All right. Froshmore against Central. It's a home game today at 6 o'clock. GoFan is still going to be the platform that we use for all of our home games. So make sure that you guys you've downloaded the app and you've kind of saved your credit card information on there because that's the easiest way to go about it. Okay. All right. This Wednesday is our next Booster Club meeting. It's 7:30 at Fiesta Times down on Barstown Road. If you are interested, if you can be there, you need to see Miss Wade. The big topic of discussion for this week is, of course, our upcoming senior night here in about a month. So typically that's when parents get the most involved, is when their babies are concerned. And we have 26 seniors. So I assume 26 senior parents would want to be a part of this conversation. If you have ideas, you have thoughts, suggestions, whatever, feel free to contact Ms. Wade so she can kind of get together with you guys, let you know where to meet them Wednesday evening. All right. Friday at Central. Game is at 7:30 p.m., which is great. We love the 7:30 kickoffs more than the 7 p.m. kickoffs. Central uses a different platform. It's called My School Bucks. When I get the link and more information, I will send it out to you guys. I do not know if they'll do ticket to the gate. But like I said, when Troy Johnson, athletic director, when he passes this information to me, I'll obviously put it on the app. But I wanted to kind of at least get it on your radar for right now. All right. Team swag. I know it's frustrating. Supply chain issues are happening all over the place, right? Here's what I'll tell you. If you had any issues with your Metro screen printing order, a guy by the name of Scott Tabor is the guy to speak to. It's his company. He does all the printing. His cell phone number is listed there. If you're still waiting on some of your swag from the BSN store, best thing to do is call customer service. And that includes me. I'm also missing some items, some stuff that I ordered for my family. So I have to call them as well. Okay. I've been told it's coming. If that's worth anything. Okay. All right. Some other notes and reminders real quick. The heat returns to us this week. Okay, we got spoiled last week with some mild, almost early fall-like temperatures, but it's still September. It's still summer for another 2 weeks. So the heat's coming back. We're looking in the 90s this week, so just important to make sure that our guys are hydrating. They're bringing water bottles with them to school. That they have water to drink at practice, so forth and so on. Grade check. We started grade checks last week. I had some very tough conversations with some of our guys. Uh, we will check grades again in 2 weeks, but to remind you guys what the process is like, the guys that I had to speak with, they're on a 2 week probation, so they have 2 weeks to get their grades up. If they're not up by in that 2 weeks, they're going to be suspended. Okay, they'll be suspended until those grades can improve. Um, Lots of teachers are still trying to adapt to school during COVID. So I know there's some teachers missing grades. There's some teachers that are late getting some grades in. So we're trying to kind of be a little lenient and kind of show some grace with this process. But grade checks have happened. If I did not speak with your son, then your son is probably in good academic standing. If you have any issues with that, concerns, questions, comments, whatever, feel free to holler at me. Dress list. This seems confusing. Okay, I know that some guys dressed for the one Froshmore game and other guys didn't dress for another Froshmore game. We're just doing our best to try to be as flexible as we can. It's tough for coaches to play as many guys as we want to play. And don't get me wrong, we're definitely not of the philosophy that, hey, just because you showed up, you play, right? You have to earn the clock. However, it's easier for us to figure out who deserves that time and that playing time when there's less bodies out there on the sideline, right? Lower level games, we want to win, yeah, absolutely, but we want to develop. And in order for us to develop, guys have got to get in and play. So we're trying our best to kind of be fair about it. Not necessarily diplomatic, but we just want to make sure that the guys that we put in the dress list are there because they're eventually going to play. Okay. So just be flexible. I'm really speaking mainly to our sophomore and junior guys. Freshmen, you guys are going to dress every game, every lower level game. But for some of our sophomores, hey, if we feel like this is a great week that Johnny can play but not Jimmy, or so we'll make the change. Okay. The other issue there too is that when we're playing away games, I try my best to keep the numbers limited because I don't want to take more than one bus. It's tough to get one bus driver, much less two. Um, and I also want to make sure that on the bus we're not overcrowded and we're not sitting on top of each other. We want to be spaced out with our mask on, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. One other reminder that's not included on here uh, is not really a reminder. It's something I want to keep on your radar. The week we play DeSales, which is our next home game in 2 weeks, that week is fall break. So we're out of school for a couple of days that week. I'm still kind of trying to figure out the logistics here and when we would practice. If sunset happens too early and we don't have enough daylight to practice, we'll probably keep practice at the same time, about 3:45. I'll let you guys know probably by next week what the plan is for that. Um, but I just want to put it on your radar. That way we can get transportation situated, child care. If your son's someone that watches kids when they're out of school or whatever, we can try to get that figured out. We don't want guys missing before that DeSales game. All right. All right. As always, here's our my vaccination plug. As you all can see, the writing's on the wall for us. For government employees, we have to be vaccinated at this point. If you're not vaccinated, I think you have to go get a daily COVID check. I'm not sure, but just food for thought out there. I think as we start progressing into the fall, more and more young men are going to be getting the vaccine because those seasonal sniffles come along, and we don't want to be freaking out thinking that it's all COVID or spreading COVID or what have you. Okay, that's all I got for you guys. Hope it's greater than fear. Here's to a great week. Happy Monday. Go Creek.